Oh boy. Okay. Oh wait, did I not update the freaking thing? Oh, hello. Um, I thought I maybe didn't update my private test stream. Let's see. Let me open this on my phone so I can monitor it. Guys, I've been fucking with the settings. I've been fucking with the stream, and I think I'm getting it. So, oh, that's okay. You don't need to, it's all right if you haven't been here for the previous parts. I'm going to answer the same questions I've been answering for over a decade. And, yeah, and that's basically it. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna watch me spinning my wheels, drawing the same line over and over and over again, and you'll be all cut up. So something that I looked into is because my streams were getting really bad and the video was getting really choppy, and it was super laggy, and I was like, oh shit, my wife is bringing home ice cream. Oh shit. Okay, ice cream. So, wow, I totally lost my train of thought because my wife texted me and said she's bringing home ice cream. So I thought I had like all of my settings set the best way I could possibly have them as I set them up, like, I don't know, a year ago or something. I'm looking at all my settings and it's like, oh, you got to use this encoder. Like, what are the best settings for streaming in 2026? No lag, even on a low-end computer. And I'm like, okay. And all of them are like this specific encoder that I don't have. And I was like, why don't I have that encoder? So I updated my fucking video shit, the fucking card, the video. Anyway, now I have that encoder, and it's like there's some encoders that put all of the strain on your on your CPU and some that put it on the GPU. Anyway, I didn't have any whatever. So now I have an encoder that is taking the strain off of my fucking computer so that I can stream better. Hopefully there won't be as much lag in the video, and also there won't be as much lag, hopefully, ideally on my end, actually working on the animation. So I think I've got it all set up the right way now, but you know, we'll see. Alright, I'm gonna catch up with the chat real quick. Hey, hi, can't believe after all this time you're here. Hello. How's it going? Your animations are beautiful. More like 11 years. It's actually more like 12 or 13, I think. But when you get to be as old as I am, you start like rounding down. How old are you? I am... When you get to be as old as I am, you also stop counting. There's like a Patton Oswalt bit where he talks about like once you're older than like once you become like after you're 26, there's not really any it's just like birthdays don't count except for every 10 years. Like you get to make a big deal about turning 30, you get to make a big deal about turning 40, you get to, whatever. And anyway, I think he also has the thing where like at a certain age, certain laws don't apply to you anymore. But anyway, so I'm in my 30s and I've stopped counting. But I believe I'm 37? I think I'm 37. I think I'm 37. Thank you for saying my hair is cool. I trimmed a little bit of it the other day. Trimmed the top layer. Erica, I won't be here long because of work, but I want to say thank you for changing my name on the keychain order. Yeah, totally. I thought about like reprinting the thing, but I don't think I am actually able to edit the name on my end, so it's just like, and then it's smeared because I used the wrong pin. But anyway, what inspired you to do animation? Oh, funny. Expired as opposed to inspired. I also want to say real quick, I know I'm working on the same sequence as last time, and that's not because I haven't touched the animation since last time. It's because the scene I've been working on when I'm not streaming is, like, I think too spoilery, and I don't want to work on it while I'm streaming. So I keep coming back to this scene, and it probably seems like I've been drawing the same frame forever. And partly that is true because my computer has been laggy, but I'm like trying to parse out scenes that are just a little spoilery. All right, what inspired me to do animation? I don't know. What did inspire me to do animation? Oh shit, I closed the chat. No, come back. Live chat? Yeah, there we go. I don't know. I always liked cartoons when I was a kid, and I was like, I want to make those. Rather, I like drawing and I like storytelling, and making a cartoon or a comic is that. I kind of decided that I want to go to school for animation because I kind of thought, you know, illustration or graphic design or whatever is something I could kind of, I don't want to say teach myself. I don't want to say I could learn it on my own. Like, I'm not trying to discount, you know, that there is something to be learned for a non-moving image. I just kind of thought if I really wanted to do that, I wouldn't need to like go to school for it the way that I would need to go to school if I wanted to do animation. So that's kind of why I became, sorry, my microphone is bonking my head. So that's kind of, I guess, why I got into animation, is because I knew if it was something I wanted to do, I would need to go to school for it, you know. Like, it's not something I could just pick up on my own. It was something I tried to pick up on my own. I mean, maybe I could have, but I would have really, like, floundered? Is that the word? I would have really, I don't know, when I tried to animate by myself, I was like, this is really hard. There has to be a better way. Like, there must be something I don't understand. And, you know, part of what I didn't understand is, like, timing and weight and the kind of stuff that you would learn in school. But part of it also was like, no, it just takes a really long time. It's just kind of a very meticulous thing. And there isn't necessarily an easier way to do it. I just gotta get good at it. Yeah, wow, sorry, these drawings are all terrible. What inspired me to make Welcome to Hell specifically is, like, I don't know. I've answered this question a whole bunch over the years in multiple different ways. Like, I could tell you different pieces of media that inspired it, or you know, whatever. But the long and short of it is, like, it's an idea that I had when I was a teenager that I wanted to make happen. I kind of, like, I don't know. Now as an adult, I'm sort of, like, committed to the idea of, like, making the kind of things that I wanted to see when I was younger. Anyway, so that's that. It's a little laggy, but it's not, like, unbearable. For just, like, sketching out a rough, I think it's fine. But he's super whack. He looks Wiggity whack. Anyway, I'm gonna catch up on the chat in a second and see what's going on. How are you guys all doing? Also, sorry, I don't think I was able to stream last week. I've just been busy. Like, just like social engagements and band gigs and just like all kinds of stuff. I was working on another project too with another indie creator, and I had to kind of finish up working on that. There was a deadline approaching, and I wanted to get that taken care of, so I was kind of dedicating my last week to that. Yeah. All right, let's see what I'm missing. Excited for the Jonathan plush. Yeah, the Jonathan plushie shipped out, or they're starting to ship out. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone receive them yet, but they are shipping currently. So, yeah, I'm excited to see like when people start posting them and whatnot. But yeah, let's see. Okay, sorry, this is a really bad drawing to just leave it off on. Erica, have you seen Crumb's new animation? I don't know if I know what you mean by Crumb. I don't know if I know whomst Crumb is. You talking about our Crumb? No, that can't be right. I just wanted to say I've loved Welcome to Hello for years and has been a big comfort to me. Please continue your amazing work. You rock. Thank you. I can't wait to see the next one. Is that what you're doing? Yes. Are you looking forward to any movies? Sorry. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Movies? I don't really know what movie. I'm gonna go see Digital Circus tomorrow, I think. Our tickets got like refunded and like they changed the time or something. It was really weird, so we had to buy them again. Looking forward to that. What else? I haven't really been keeping up with movies, like with what's coming out. That's more of my wife's thing. We saw Obsession recently. We need to see the back rooms. I felt kind of like I could take or leave the back rooms. Like I don't really, it should be fun, but I'm not gonna like be upset if I don't see it. But we've been talking about seeing it, so we'll probably do that. Been seeing a lot of horror movies lately, or like thrillers or whatever, which is actually like low-key one of my favorite genres. Like, I just think there's a lot of room to do something interesting in those genres. Like, they don't play by the same conventions, I guess. And there's room for, like, just, like, weird, like, humor and stuff, too. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything I'm looking forward to. I'd have to look at what's coming out. Ooh, another project, you say? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I can talk about it. I'm not sure. I'd have to reread the NDA I signed, but there was something I was helping out on with another indie creator. Helping out on their project. But anyway. You'll see it when you see it. If you need help with compositing, hit me up. I watched Welcome to Hell when I was a kid. And one of the things that got me into animation, so it'd be an honor to help with that. Thank you. So far I've done all the compositing myself, and I know fuck all about compositing. So it might actually be really nice to have someone who knows what the fuck they're doing helping out with that. I will let you know. If you want to shoot me an email, and just be like, hey, here's my reel. Yeah, I'm happy to check that out. I've like decided to keep the compositing in Welcome to Hell very easy because I'm not good at it. So it's very simplistic. I mean, there's room to make it more interesting, but I kind of thought, okay, I want it to look composited the way that like a 90s cartoon would be, like just, which is like pretty much just shooting it under the camera. You know, and very little in the way of effects. Although I am doing like blurring, like lens, like rack focuses and stuff like that. But anytime I have like a character like Sock like hovering or floating or whatever, I'm trying to do it like, I'm trying to go in and do it by hand, like so that it looks like someone has moved the cell under the camera up and down rather than just like After Effects interpolating like an up and down float. I'm trying to kind of offset it with like a little bit of jankiness because I want it to look hand done. Anyway. Is that the previous frame? What did I... Oh, that is it. Okay. We're just gonna... Alright, I'm getting a little bit of lag, but it's not... truly not the end of the world. Okay. I think that'll do. I'll have to go back in and fix that frame, but okay. Catch up with you guys. Is Sock a femboy? Hey, I know this is very generic, but you inspired me to create my own stories and characters. And my question is, did you ever thought the animation would ever get famous? That's an interesting question because I think first of all, I want to say, oh, someone's leaving. Have a lovely stream. Goodbye. I don't think Welcome to Hell is as famous as you're insinuating. First of all, it's definitely like something that I understand people recognize, a lot of people, but it's not, I don't know if I really consider it famous necessarily. That said, it's not nothing. Like, it's not just some shit on the internet. I mean, it is just some shit on the internet, but like, it exists in a category of shit on the internet that lots of people have seen or are kind of familiar with, like to the point where I've run into people in real life who, you know, who didn't know that I made it, that were like, oh my god, you made that. So you know, it's not nothing, but ooh, someone got a package dropped off. I hope it was me. But I do think I don't know, I think when you're creating a story and characters, you have to be a little delusional that like maybe your thing could become famous, or that people would, at the very least, that there will be an audience for it, that people will like it and gravitate towards it and enjoy it, right? Like, you have to be a little delusional that that is a possibility that can happen, because otherwise, like, I mean, I think we tell stories because we're natural storytellers. People are, and we want to, and it's fun, and we need to, and I think we do it regardless of whether or not we have an audience. But the ideal is to have an audience for it, right? And so I think everyone kind of secretly hopes that will happen, having at least some kind of audience, right? That's always sort of what I wanted. I knew I had a little bit of an audience from drawing fan art on DeviantArt. So I kind of, from there, it was kind of like, I actually think that's kind of one of the easiest ways to build an audience, is like, because with a fandom, you've got like a built-in, you've got people who are, you're participating in a community together, you're doing storytelling and stuff like that. And yeah, you've kind of got like a little built-in audience. And then I think when you decide, oh, I want to make my own thing, and you sort of, you can sort of trick your fellow fandom members into, like, if they like you enough, like if you've sort of like spent enough time in the fandom and they're, and they like you, like they're gonna stick around and read your webcomic or whatever you're working on, and so I had a kind of an idea from posting Welcome to Hell on DeviantArt that there could be a following for it, that like the people who were following me on DeviantArt were like reading the webcomic and enjoying it, so that's kind of nice to be able to post something and understand that like people are vibing with it and they want more. I think that's really helpful. So I kind of knew there was like a desire for it, I guess, if that makes sense, before I went in and animated it. And then when I gotta make it really long. I gotta do a bunch of in-betweens here. I want this motion to be slow. Oy. Anyway, so I had like an idea that it was something people were interested in at the very least. And I thought it might kind of be popular for like a couple weeks or something. It's at the time I was on Tumblr, and I'd seen some other classmates post their films, and they had like a little bit of a and it sort of like died off a little bit after a while. Not died off, but you know what I mean? There was sort of a burst of like, oh wow, look at this cool short film I found, and then it, because there's no more content, then you sort of like, it sort of peters off. Because I was like, well, one, because I was really active in like responding to people's comments, it sort of continued space for a fandom to grow. And also because like other fans were like producing stuff like fan art and gift sets. Like there was this gift set of Welcome to Hell that someone had made on Tumblr that really, really blew up. Because like they managed to crop like just the coolest, most interesting looking parts of the film. And, they did that. It was a very Tumblr thing to like, here's like 4 GIFs or whatever. And then it would just say like, Welcome to Hell 2013, directed by Erica Wester. Or not like, and people were like, what is this? Where can I watch this? Is this a show? Like, like making it look like an official like thing that exists or whatever. Like people were very good at like, marketing is maybe not the right word, but at like creating content that made people interested in a thing. People on Tumblr were very good at that. And so anyway, I don't know if this answered your question. Let's see. So the finale, of Digital Circus. Hell yeah. Saw Backrooms. How was Backrooms? Oh, Project Hail Mary. I haven't seen it, but I need to see it. I am looking forward to that. I know it's already come out, but I need to see it. I think I would enjoy it. I've been hearing from everyone that it's very good. So yeah, I need to check that out at some point. Sorry, I'm getting an ad. Okay. It's known. It's not super well known. Cool shit on the internet. I'm devastated they never got to order a Jonathan plush. Any possibility they'll come back? Maybe. Not that exact same plush. Like they don't... U2's doesn't make the same plush twice, as I understand it. They might... I mean, I might do some stuff with them in the future. But it wouldn't be that exact plushie again. It would have to be a variant. That said, I can order, I think, I'll need to check in and make sure that this is still the case, but with the sock plushies, I had the ability to order more plushies from them that I can then sell, like in my shop, or like if I'm tabling at a convention or something like that. So theoretically, I can order some more and sell them. I would need to I'd probably need to do, I don't know, pre-orders is maybe the wrong word, but I'd need to have an understanding of how many to order before doing that. So I mean, there's a possibility, but it's one of the founding fathers of indie animation for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is it just you or others helping you make this? It's just me. Like currently, actively, it's just me. Occasionally a friend will step in for a bit and help a little bit. I don't remember if I showed this last stream or not, but there's this is all done by a friend of mine. Several of these scenes, several of these clips that I'm working on are something that was done by my friend Wen. She helped on the first, she did a shot or two. Actually, she did all of the animatic, what do you call it? The key poses with Jonathan's mom in the first one. So she did some more of Jonathan's mom stuff at the end here. These are like key poses. She was really interested in animating Jonathan's mom. So I let her do that. She did some other stuff. Actually, she did like a huge chunk of the last scene, which is very, very cool, and I'm super appreciative for that. Key poses. I don't think I'll animate it, at least not right now, like just it for the sake of getting it out. But she did like a ton of these. I don't know if you can see, I don't know, the way I have my screen cropped, I don't think you can see this, but there's like, maybe I can get this on screen. All of these little squares that are yellow are shots that my friend Wen did for this sequence. And the ones that are not in yellow are things that I am working on myself. So we'll see if that actually shows up on the stream. I'm not sure because of the way I have my interface cropped. So like occasionally someone helps. Occasionally I do receive help, but for the most part I am doing this myself. There's not like a team that is actively working on it. It's not like I'm running an indie studio doing this. So yeah, currently it is just me, and and when something is just you also, run into obstacles. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I actually just read a comment before I logged on, and it was very... Well, I responded to a troll because they were, this was, a week or so ago, but this person was like, doing the old routine of like, damn, I was really excited for this animation. It was something great, but now all these years later, you've just taken so long. Like, it was because I did a post about the keychains. I was like, I had keychain post, and and this person was like, yeah, all you do is come on here and like try and sell people your merch, and like I would rather take my hard-earned money, and I am a millionaire, by the way, or whatever. I would rather take my money and donate it to a children's hospital, because that would be put better to use than like funding you to, I don't know. This person was just going on, and I was like I don't care if you buy a keychain or not. I really sincerely, genuinely don't care if you buy a keychain or not. I just but I don't believe that you're going to donate money to a children's hospital. I think you're just invoking the idea of sick children to make an artist feel bad for trying to support their art by selling merch to fans who have wanted merch historically. Like, and it's not gonna work. Like, prove it. Like, if you really, I don't give a shit if you buy my fucking keychains or not, but prove it. Like, prove you actually give a shit about sick children in the children's hospital. Donate. I said, like, if you donate, I don't remember what it was. I said, like, send me the receipt of what you donated to the children's hospital and I'll send you free keychains, bro. Donate 1.5 million or however much money you said you have, and I'll stop selling merch altogether. I'll never sell merch again. Like, well, then I was like, I mean, I'm not literally gonna do that, but I don't literally believe that you're gonna donate any money to a fucking children's hospital. So, like, fucking prove it. Like, prove me wrong. I doubt you'll even donate $25. Like, you're just saying this to be mean and to make me feel bad, and it's not gonna fucking work. Like, anyway. And obviously that person did not respond, and most of the comments underneath are like, girl, calm down, to this person. But someone responded like, can you blame him though? And then, like, kind of yes-anded the, you know, it's been so long and da-da-da, and, you know, surely you have the money and the time and the resources to have made this by now, and yet you haven't. And it's like, it's so weird to me when people are like, clearly you could have done this a long time ago. Surely you have the money and the resources and you know better, and you're just taking a long time. And I didn't respond to that, obviously. I'm not gonna, I don't fucking care. But it does upset me because it's like, I don't know how many times I have to tell people, like, I've spent my entire adult life as a starving artist making fucking Welcome to Hell. Like, I don't have, and, you know, like, all of your favorite fucking indie animations are funded by fucking merch sales. Like, I should have been selling merch fucking 10 years ago. Anyway, it's just like, I'm one person. And if I want to actually, like, make money and live and shit, I have to take jobs. I have to, you know, like, if something happens in my life, I have to stop working on Welcome to Hell and deal with that thing. It's not like I'm running a studio and Welcome to Hell keeps making itself. Like, I'm not employing people. I don't have the money to employ people. Like, you know, it totally is just me. And some people, yeah, like, some people can just, like, produce a whole thing on their, like, some people do. I'm actually a little envious of people like this. Some people have one interest and they're hyper focused on it and hyper fixated on it, and they can just sit down and do it and not go outside and not socialize with friends and not think, wow, this is driving me crazy to do something in the computer. I gotta do something with my hands, like, and not go take a hike and not, like, do anything else in this world. But, like, I have to do other things. Like, I have other interests, and, like, unfortunately, I don't chain myself to the, unfortunately, I don't know. Like, I think what I'm doing, I think my output is actually fairly reasonable for one person doing a whole shit by themselves. And, like, if people are disappointed by that, then that's fine. They can unsubscribe or simply not buy my keychains. Like, it was just a post about keychains. Anyway, whatever. Their point was to rile me up, so I guess congratulation. But, like, I don't know how many times, like, I can explain it before it's like, look, I'm sorry you're a full-ass adult now, or whatever, a grown-ass adult, but, like, you try doing what I'm doing by yourself. I don't know. I just don't. I don't understand. It's fine. Not super important, but anyway. Why was I ranting about this? Oh, because someone asked me if it's just me working on it. I was like, anyway. So I was merely 10 minutes ago thinking about how it's just me working on it, essentially, you know, like, it's, truly, that is what is happening. Alright, I'm gonna catch up with the chat in a second. Okay. I shipped Sock and Jonathan, so I think it was successful in captivating me. Thank you. Something that happens extremely frequently at my job, Michael's, the arts and crafts store, I assume, is me wearing a piece of Welcome to Hell merch, and a customer gets so excited about seeing it in public. Same thing happened when I work at Hot Topic. Dude, fucking, that's so awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Again, like, I've encountered that a couple times now, where, you know, or when I had the shirts in Hot Topic, my friend back home was like, oh yeah, like, the kids working at the Hot Topic knew what it was, and then I went to go to the Claire's afterwards, and the girl, the ear piercer at Claire's knew what it was. Like, anyway, it's just like, so that's really cool. I love that. I know you've mentioned you had done sketches of a rival demon for Sock. Are there any pics of him? Oh my god. There are, but I don't know if I don't know if I've ever posted them online. I will have to dig for them. I genuinely don't know. But he was kind of like, he was like a taller kind of like 90s bully character, like with a backwards hat and like a flannel shirt tied around his waist. I don't know. He was like supposed to be like a 90s boy. I know I've doodled him before, but I don't know. Maybe they're in the morgue book. I need to look. I'll try and look for him. Let's see. Let's see. I wanted to ask, I saw information that people, especially from Russia, when they watched your cartoon, compared it with another project. It was called The Spirit of My Dorm. I think I know the project you're talking about, although I think it's translated differently. It's like about a guy in college who has like a ghost living in his room, right? I have seen that one. I don't know how many people have compared the two, but that is interesting. Ghosts are in. Spooky ghosts are very on trend right now. Let's see. It is quite possible. Oh man, I lost my spot. Oh god, let's see. Okay. I haven't seen that cartoon, but I'm wondering if this cartoon is a reference to your project. I don't know. Oh, My Student Spirit. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it's called. It's similar to Welcome to Hell. They have a few in common. One of the main reasons is just, yeah, it's just like someone dead following around as someone alive. But yeah, that's I have watched it. And I also thought like, oh man, like someone else is doing a ghost thing, but that's fine. Like I don't have like, you know, ghosts ghosts belong to everyone. But yeah, it's cool. Let's see. Project Hail Mary is so good and the book is so funny. Okay, I'll come back to this question later. It says, do you have any tips for character writing? Like, how do you write Sock and Jonathan? Maybe I'll come back to that if I don't find not a better question, but if I think of how to answer it. Hello, family. Can I order more plushies? Okay, now I'm catching up with the... Sorry, I'm catching up with the responses that you're saying when I was bitching about the people in my comments. Let's see. Also, no, this person says, let me guess, it was on Twitter and Instagram. No, it wasn't. It was on YouTube. It was on it. And that's actually where I tend to get the shittiest comments. When I do a YouTube post, like a community post, like just a, hey guys, I have U2's plushies coming out, or hey guys, there's keychains or whatever. Like, that is where I tend to get the, like, I was a big fan of this project. It used to be genuinely great, like broken heart, dying rose emoji, but now you're just a shill and you're always trying to sell us products. And it's like, I get those comments on YouTube almost exclusively. It's not Twitter. Like, those people on the other social media sites are like excited to see them. Like, here, people are just like, where's my fucking content? So... Which makes sense. I mean, YouTube is like where you go to watch content, and I generally don't do community posts because I feel like most people aren't on YouTube for the community. If I follow someone and they do a post, like a community post, I'm like, cool, and I don't really read it, like, unless it catches me in the first, like, I don't know, like, that's not how I use YouTube. It's not a fucking blog, so, like, I tend not to use it that way, and I've only started trying to do that because I'm trying to be more active on YouTube, and I'm trying to, like, there's a lot of people who probably only follow me on YouTube. If they're not on Instagram or not on Twitter or wherever, and maybe they want a plushie, but they didn't see because they're not on those social media sites or whatever, like, I should go to the source and post about it on YouTube, right? But, like, it tends to be that people are the most upset when I post that on YouTube. And it's like, cool, I didn't want to post this here anyway. I don't like posting on YouTube in this way, you know, but I don't know. I'm trying to, like, make it as available as possible to people who might be interested in it. And what happens is all the people who are not interested in it come and tell me how not interested they are in it and how sick children are in a hospital. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. Anyway. Okay. Yo. Oh, Capsule Ghost is here. Processor. Okay. So I was trying to decide if I should go back. Someone had asked me, like, how do you write characters? And I was like, I'll come back to that if I have a way to answer it. I don't know. I gotta think about that one. Like, how do you write Sock and Jonathan? I mean... Writing for me has been like it's kind of a thing that I'm still trying to figure out. My wife is a writer, so I have learned a lot in the last since I've been together with her. But I have a tendency when I'm writing characters to let the characters drive the thing. Like, it's just like two characters like talking to each other. It's two dudes talking. And then I'm like, wait, shit, the plot has to happen. Shit, their dialogue has to, like, do something. I mean, it doesn't have to. It depends on the story you're trying to tell, right? But, like, so it was something like Welcome to Hell, where it's like there is a plot, but it's also kind of slow and indie film pacing. Like, it's, I don't know. It's kind of it's an interesting challenge. It's like an interesting in-between. I'm gonna turn this off and make it rough and ugly. What are they talking about? Writing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to sort of strike a balance between letting the characters drive the story and, like, letting me drive the story. Letting the plot drive the story. And I also kind of have a problem where I'm not very good at writing characters with, like, a distinct voice. I don't think. That's something I'd like to get better at. I kind of just write them similar to how I would talk, and then let the voice actor like ad lib a little bit. Or sometimes I like there was a line that I was really struggling with, like I couldn't think of what Jonathan should say in this, in Welcome to Hell. I think it's in part 2, so I don't think he's said it yet, but it was I was like, he needs to tell Sock to fuck off, but like in a way where it's like, I don't like it, like serious, but also not literally fuck off. Like he can't sound mad, but he does have to sound sincere. And I heard someone like who was very like frantically doing something, and someone else was fucking with them, and they were like, not the time, like not right now or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's like, I wouldn't think to, that's not, I don't generally like, I guess again, I'm write characters like myself, and I'm not the kind of person who, when I'm doing something, will be like, not the time to someone. I'll drop what I'm doing and help them. So it hadn't occurred to me. I'm like, what does someone say when they're like, I can't deal with this right now in the moment? And like hearing a person say that, I was like, oh, that's how you would do it. I'm gonna have him say that. Like, and I wrote that in. This is the only time that has ever happened, but like, I don't know. It's interesting. Like part of it, there's this kind of combination of like, how do you write someone doing or saying something that's different than how you would respond? You know what I mean? It's really tricky. You know, you kind of have to like understand their mindset and their motivation and all of that. And I knew enough to know that like what I wrote didn't feel like what Jonathan would say. Anyway, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. Sorry, this is so laggy. It's not as laggy as it was, but like it's still a little fucky. I didn't really know what to do about it. Okay, I can get rid of that frame now. But yeah, I don't know. It's a learning process. I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. If I just let the characters talk the way they would talk, like they would just kind of, I'm not going to give him a mouth yet. I don't know what his mouth is going to be doing. It would just kind of be the characters talking and nothing else happening. So I'm gonna draw like a shitty hand just to get it out there. No, I don't like that one. We'll do his other side hand at like a different time. I want this whole motion to be really slow, so I'm gonna need to draw a bunch of frames. I'm not sure I really want to do that. Like, I don't think... maybe I can just ease off of this pose and then kind of quickly get him into this one. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fudge it just to see if the timing works. My computer might also be like a little too fucky to play back with the correct timing, but we shall see. Again, I updated my streaming settings to make it a little less fucking stupid. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. Wait, what is happening? Oh man. Something... What? Okay, wow, I'm like really behind. What happened? well, Nemo came into the chat and a capsule, and I don't know where it went from there. Do you have a favorite frame? Any funny in-betweens? Most of my favorite frames are keyframes, because those are the ones I put a lot of effort into. But sometimes, yeah, I don't know. There's probably some funny in-betweens. Someone recognized my sock Hot Topic shirt at Spirit Halloween last year, and I've been riding that high for a while. Hell yeah. Give me your lunch money. Rival Demon. Erica, if you could describe Welcome to Hell 2 in one word, what would it be besides gay? I don't know if there is another way to describe it. Okay. Ghosts are in. Ghosts. Okay. I'm 21 now. I was 11, 12 when I watched Welcome to Hell. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Welcome to Hell really got me into more of supernatural and media related to death, ghosts, and demons in general. Welcome to Hell has influenced my taste so much. Yeah, I really like supernatural shit, but I feel like they're always horrors, or like, I mean, like, with the exception of Twilight, there's not a lot of like ghost comedies. There's not a lot of like supernatural comedies, or like, you know, or like, I like the idea of supernatural content like doing other genres, right? Or like, there's a couple of these like zombie romance movies, or like zombie movies that are about something else, you know, like Warm Bodies, and I really like the idea of like using supernatural guys in like a different genre than they're usually in. I think I scrolled too far back. Let's see. Okay. Erica West. Oh, here we go. I think I'm caught up. I recently got acquainted with your project, but you have so many fans on the Tumblr website. I have seen a lot of content and drawings. It's very cool. Thank you. I don't get how making merch that people want and would pay for is hurting anyone. Buy it or don't buy it. That's why you have free. I know. That's what makes me so mad about it too. I'm just like, I don't fucking care. Don't buy it then. Like, fucking who cares? All right. I know how Erica writes characters. Well, she writes them well. Thank you. I'm asking it because I want to make my own animation, but I think I'm kind of shit at it, so I wanted to know. Asking about writing, or asking about how you get started animating? Because they're kind of like two totally different tasks. And it depends on like how much you've done, right? Like if you already know how to animate and you want to like write something like a short film or just a short or something like that, like, you know, I would start with, I guess it depends what you want to do, right? Like if you want to start writing and animating and you don't have like a lot of experience with either of those things, I would kind of pick, they're sort of two separate crafts. So I would kind of pick one or the other. Like if you want to animate and you haven't animated before, I would not write something and then animate it. I would just like animate something for fun that like does not require writing. But that would be my actual suggestion. Sometimes characters write themselves, you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially like Sakathan. Give a spoiler. How are you? She writes them as gay and confused. I was talking to my wife the other day about about Welcome to Hell in some capacity, and I was explaining some of the themes. Not just the themes, but like the sort of stuff that I wanted to explore, or like stuff I've like struggled with or whatever in the process of making it. Not like technical things, but just like emotional, like realizations I've had about myself and stuff. And, you know, identity and the kind of person that I am and whatever, like over the course of wanting to make it to making it. And she was like, oh, Welcome to Hell is about repression. And I was like, huh, kinda. Like, anyway, it's not entire, that's not, you know, I couldn't entirely boil it down to that, but like, but I do think there's like, it's kind of a recurring theme in some ways. And I'm a deeply repressed person, so I don't know, it made sense. Sometimes if I have to explain that I'm like repressed in some way, I'm just like, look, I'm too from Missouri to whatever to do that, to do such and such thing that I could do if I weren't repressed, aka from Missouri. Someone ban this person. Who? Oh, is that the person that keeps asking, how are you? It's a bot? Oh. Yeah, that's super weird. I don't know why they're doing that. Sorry. How do I get rid of them? I can remove that pin message report. Oh, here we go. Put user in timeout, hide user. Oh, there we go. I'll hide user. How about that? The user's messages will be hidden. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, we do have a design for God in this series. She's on the wiki. She's on my Tumblr. Sorry. I'm just trying to catch up here. Okay, is that TV Paint? Yes. Can we ban that guy? Sorry it took me so long to ban that guy. Do you work as an animator in a studio? Currently I don't, but I have in the past. That's another reason why, like, when I was talking earlier about, like, it's just me working on Welcome to Hell, is, like, sometimes like, I've been saying this for years and years, but people don't listen. Like, not that you don't listen, I'm just saying the kind of people that are like, how come it's taking so long? You should have been done by it by now. You're a professional, da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's like, yeah, because I take jobs sometimes to, like, make some real motherfucking money and pay my rent. And those, take all of my time and energy. But yeah, I've worked in a studio several times. I probably should have been doing it more. I don't know. On the one hand, now that jobs are kind of scarce, I feel very comfortable working on my own stuff because I've been doing it so long and it's not scary to me. But on the other hand, I could have been making a lot more money if I had taken more studio jobs. Like, there were several times where I turned down, not necessarily a job offer, but like a job, like a show that was hiring, and I was already on a show from that studio, and I kind of would have been a shoo-in for them to just like scooch me onto the other project. There's been times where I've been like, no thanks, I'm gonna work on my own shit. Like, I have turned down like real jobs making like cartoon sitcom shows to work on Welcome to Hell. And part of me's just like, I don't know, I guess I could have done that. Like, I could have been working on F is for Family or whatever the fuck instead of Welcome to Hell. But, like, now all these people that, like, know Welcome to Hell, like, they just, you know what I mean? I don't know, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, if I had taken more industry jobs along the way. Not that I don't still take them. I do, but like, you know, if in the last 10 years or whatever I had like taken more jobs, like, and then decided to work on Welcome to Hell, like, I think people would still be like, bro, it's been 10 years or whatever. Like, they'd still be like, if I told them like, oh, sorry, I was working on all these shows. I don't know. It's just like, there's no winning. But that way, at least I would have been building up money, and I could do what they're all insinuating I'm capable of doing, paying people and running a studio. And, you know, like, I don't know, maybe I would have been a little more well connected and stuff, but I don't know, whatever. I have no regrets, except that I don't have as much money as I probably should for someone my age. Actually, that's not true. I looked up the other day the median amount of money for like different age brackets, like in 2026, and I was like, you know what? I mean, like, when you account for like debts that I owe, well, actually, if you account for debts that I owe, I do have like less money than the median person in my 30s. But you know, whatever. But anyway, it kind of made me feel a little better. Like, oh, okay, I'm not. I could be worse. Anyway, there's a weird spam bar. Okay, I got rid of that. Bro, don't mention AI here. Yeah, I'm not sure what this person is doing here either, and I don't know. I don't understand the shout out thing. Shout out for what? All right. Yeah, let's see. Yaoi is a word that's not gay. That's a good point. I should describe it by saying yaoi. Okay, we need a chat mod. I can do that, I think. I can add a chat mod. I don't know if I can do it while the stream is going, but oh, there's a lot of people in here. There's more than there usually is. I guess that's why. Oh my god, there's a bunch of these. Whoa, sorry. Hide user. Okay, I don't. All right. Okay. All right. I got I got the other bot out. Is there more? Erica, please make someone a mod. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm so behind. There's an infestation. Okay, it just looked like there was two. I don't know how to add a... There is a thing to like hide. Okay, top chat. Some messages such as potential spam might not be visible. Please make Nemo a mod. Is Nemo offering to become a mod? I'm sorry, the chat's getting away from me. Okay. Okay. Banhammered. Okay. He's back. Okay, these are deleted. These are deleted. Who is this person? I think that's it. Okay, I don't know how. Erica, read the chat, please. I'm so sorry, guys. Nemo did used to mod our chat in Go Satellite, or I think they did. I think it was Nemo. I volunteer. I've seen you on Tumblr. Thank you. Okay, I don't know how to chat filter community moderation. Live chat is on. Live chat summary is on. Participant mode, anyone. Subscribers, live commentary. Anyone can participate and send messages. I don't want to limit it to just subscribers. Message delay, none. Maybe I should put a delay on it, but that's still... Okay, blocked words, live chat moderation, basic. Hold potentially inappropriate messages, or hold a broader range of potentially inappropriate messages. I'll put the live chat moderation on basic. Oh, Nemo offered. That's cool. Thank you. All right. Okay, I think we're safe. I don't think there's anyone. If it comes back, then like maybe I'll make someone a volunteer moderator. Although I'm not sure exactly how to do that from being live. Stream settings. Let's see. It's just the actual settings. Latency. And funding. Engage with your audience. Boy. Sorry, it's a lot of like, it's just me like looking around at the interface being like, how do I stream, you guys? I'm so sorry. Most of my chats are just me talking, as I've said up front, so I apologize for that. Participants, timestamps, reactions, pop-out chat, moderation activity. What happens when I toggle that? I don't know what that means. Moderation activity will be shown. Oh, okay, it's back. Okay, all right, I'll add a moderator. Oh my god. Hide user. Remove channel, go to channel, hide user. Put user in timeout. Oh, okay, that's how I... I'm gonna hide the moderation activity. You guys don't need to see every single time I do something. Ghostly42K has offered to be a mod, and Nemo has offered to be a mod. Do you guys want to fight for it? Who shall be the mod? Fight. It's best if you close the chat. What do you mean close the chat? Like just close it? I can stay here all night. I mean, it won't be all night. It'll be like maybe an hour or so. But... get on my computer and monitor the whole thing. Oh, save your work. Oh, God. There's so many things going on. Okay. Ghostly42. Let me see. I mean, I figure like Nemo's probably up to some shit. There can only be one, let them do it. Okay. Yeah. Nemo probably has shit going on. But Ghostly42, I want to... You're someone you've been around, yeah? you're in the fandom and whatnot. Okay. I just want to make sure. I don't want to like mistakenly. I guess I can unmake someone a mod if there's like a problem. Oh yeah, that's right, Nemo. Okay, Nemo's at work for like 12 hours at a time, so fuck that. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put that shit on you. No, Nemo's not already a mod, but maybe I'll make them one in the future. All right. Okay. I am going to make you a moderator, a standard moderator. You can review and remove chat messages or hide or put users in timeout. I will take it away if it is abused, but it's a very limited power, so thank you. Thank you for offering to do that. I'm afraid I can only pay you an exposure. Cool. Ghost protect us this stream. Cool. Knighted. Alright. Thank you. Yeah, I also put that user in timeout for 24 hours, which I don't know. I think it's the same person coming back on like multiple accounts. So I don't know if, I don't know if they're all connected to the same account. Or if like, I'm hoping they are, and that simply putting one of the usernames in timeout for 24 hours keeps them all off, but they might not be. So, okay. Alrighty. Maybe I can animate a little now. Okay. Sorry. That was a whole ordeal. Okay, let's see if this timing is okay. It needs to be longer. Let's do that. That might be better. I'm gonna put the mark out right there. Mark in. It's gonna be a little laggy. Okay. About threes. I think on threes might be better. Okay. And then this can be one of those. A squash. It's too much of a squash, but whatever. Just to get the timing right. Actually, maybe it should just be like a secondary motion. Just the scarf and stuff moves. Da, 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 da. I will also say another thing about making a whole shit on your own is and taking this long with it is like a lot of this is starting with a project that frankly should have been scaled back. Like I should not have done this. like And that was my problem with the first film as well. Like, now I kind of have a better idea of like what is feasible for me to get done in a certain time frame. Part of the problem with this was that I did not have that understanding. Had it a little bit, but I didn't really anticipate it taking as long as it did. I've since had to do projects where I've been like, okay, well, I can get this much done in this amount of time. Whatever. And at the time when I started Welcome to Hell 2, I was very unemployed and I had nothing but time. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. But it is a factor. Oh. Yeah, it's just like a little fucked up. Okay. Man, still thinking about when my wife said she was bringing ice cream home. That's so exciting. I don't like that. I don't like that drawing. I don't know what to do about it. Maybe? Maybe? Let's see. Oh, see what's going on in the chat. Talk of the ghost type Pokemon. OMG, Sock could be a weasel or something. He sort of reminds me of that one meerkat from The Lion King. That one meerkat from The Lion King. Don't pretend you don't know Timon. You put respect on his name. The absolute queen. Here's a really silly question. Recently, I've been getting back into Pokemon. What do you think Jonathan and Sock's teams would be like if they were in the Pokemon world? Oh man, okay. So last Christmas, my wife and I were at her parents' house, and she was doing this exercise with the characters from the book that she wrote, like, what Pokemon would they have if they were Pokemon trainers? And I was like, God, that's such a fun idea. I don't know enough Pokemon, so I kind of had to, like, I was trying to do it with Sock and Jonathan, and I had to, or like Pokemon that seem like them, you know what I mean? Like design-wise or personality-wise or type-wise. And so my wife knows more Pokemon than me, so that was helpful. But also just kind of like Googling like traits. Anyway, I wrote them, I started writing them down in a notepad file. So let me fucking, or notes, whatever you call it on the iPhone. Let me find it. Okay. And I'm also open to suggestions if, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Sometimes I see a note that I wrote myself and I'm like, what is that? Okay. Sock Pokemon. Oh, wait, I only did them for Sock? No. Okay. Sock Pokemon. I wrote Banette. I'm not sure if that's, which is ghost type. Litten, and Mimikyu, are ones that I wrote for Sock. I guess I didn't write any for Jonathan. But I'm open to more suggestions if you guys have them. Oh, I found a New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions note. Do more off-roading and finish Welcome to Hell 2. Funny. I do think I'll finish it this year. Okay. Let's go back to the chat. I haven't thought of like a whole team. I guess, yeah, they could just have like a whole team of Pokemon that like are them-esque. Jonathan is a cat. Sock is a ghost type Pokemon. Squirtle works too. I don't know what. Is this something I said? There's a quote that just says, I should not have done this. Was that something I said while I was animating? That's generally how I feel making all art. Dude, I spent a good chunk of yesterday, and I'm sorry, I will admit, I was not working on Welcome to Hell yesterday. I should have been, but I had a brainworm. Like, I need to make car pockets for my car. And so I started making car pockets. And anyway, with any craft, you're like, oh, I got this great idea. And then you do it and you're like, fuck, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I have to like undo it and then like redo it. Like, if problem solved, like, okay, well, what went wrong? Anyway, I was making, why did I bring this up? Oh, just things I should not have done making art. This morning I continued my car pocket adventures. It's long and boring and I won't get into it, but anyway, all art is, I feel a little bit like, what have I done? Does anybody know which software is that? It's so retro and cool. I guess it is kind of retro. I should update it, but anyway. I thought she worked with more people, so she does Welcome to Hell all by herself. I do. I mean, again, as I said earlier in the stream, like, I do have, like, friends that come on occasionally and help me with it. But there's not, like, an active team, you know, working on it day in and day out. How does one keep their attention and motivation stuck on one project for so long? That's a great question. Let me know if you find out. Because clearly I have to like take a break and make car pockets sometime. So honestly, I think that's how you do it. Like, because the other day I was like, I need to be working on Welcome to Hell, but all I can think about is making extra storage space in my car for these window covers that I have when I go camping. And I don't want them flopping around in my car. Anyway, car pockets. And like, I couldn't stop thinking about car pockets yesterday. And Katie was like, maybe you should make the car. She didn't say maybe you should make the car pockets, but she was just like, maybe you should do part of what I was thinking about, like 5 different things. And she's like, maybe you should do one of those things since you're like unable to focus on animating. And I'm like, yeah, because what I do when I have something else, when something else is drawing my attention away from something I need to be doing, I'm like, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I can make myself focus on the thing. I can just be like, whatever, you're literally not allowed to do anything else except this. Like, sometimes I've been able to negate that. But other times I'm like if I have a schedule that I'm adhering to, but when I'm a little more loose with my schedule, it's like, okay, well, I can sit here and not like I wasn't animating yesterday. I did do some animation, but I wasn't able to focus on it the entire day. And it's like, okay, well, I can either like be doing one project and not be totally focused on it and be thinking about something else the whole time and like feel guilty that I'm not getting enough done on the project. Or I can just shift gears and like let that part of my brain that's like, you need to do this, you need to do this thing with your hands, go do it, go do it, go do it. Like, let that part of my brain do that thing, and then it's out of my system and then I can focus on the, you know what I mean? Like, so that's helpful for me. But also, I don't know if everyone has whatever undiagnosed bullshit I have. So, like, I don't know. You tell me if anyone finds a good way to focus on a project for very long. You should let me know. How to animate without skill and ideas. Just 1 cup of water. Let's see. I love how every 3 minutes she picks up. I'm not taking a little break. I'm monitoring the chat. I swear to God, I'm not going to stream for you guys anymore. Mean to me. Also, I get way more done when I'm not streaming because I don't have to monitor a chat and I don't have to look at my phone and I don't have to fight my computer lagging. I could just not do this and get Welcome to Hell done way quicker. But then no one would know I'm working on it and they'd be like, wow, oh my God, I haven't thought about this for 10 fucking years. Like, anyway, sorry. I'm upset today. I'm spicy today. Erica, did you watch the TADC finale? And if so, was it inspirational? I am going to see it tomorrow, actually. So I will tell you if it was inspirational or not. I heard that, like, people online, like, it got leaked and people were upset about it. But then everyone who has, like, actually seen it in theaters has been like, oh my God, it was so good. So I'm like, wait, was everyone just like causing a drama about it beforehand? But then my wife told me that, like, someone she knows, someone she works with saw the finale and they were like upset about it. And it's like, what? Oh, okay. I thought that was just like people being on the internet. But also, we were talking about how, like, different generation. Okay, like, this coworker of hers is Gen Z. And, like, I guess there's kind of a trend with a lot of Gen Z people who, they tend not to like endings that aren't, like, happy endings. Like, endings that leave you with something kind of to think about or something a little, like, unresolved. And I don't know if that's true across the board, but I guess that was something she was reading about, that's, like, sort of a trend developing amongst Gen Z. And I find that very interesting. But I don't know if that's... Anyway, it might be just preference for types of endings. I know a lot of people don't like, but I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if that's, like, because there was such a... Like, we grew up with movies that were very, like, it has to have a happy ending or whatever. And I was really blown away the first time I, like, saw a movie or read something, a fanfic or whatever, that had an ending that was, like, kind of bittersweet and a little, like, upsetting. I was really blown away by that, and I was very, like, moved by that. Like, oh man, this movie, like, this thing set out to make me feel something or to make me think about something and to leave me with that. And I think that's kind of what separates art from content in a lot of ways. Not that, like, art can't also have a happy ending or whatever, but, I don't know. I just wonder, I guess what I'm saying is, if that thing is true about Gen Z not liking anything other than happy endings, then I have 2 theories. One, the previous generation got so sick of happy endings, we started doing a bunch of, like, bittersweet, whatever, like, sad, off-putting endings and stuff, and now there's, like, an influx of those, and Gen Z is, like, reacting to that, like, man, why aren't there happy endings anymore? You know what I mean? Like, it just sort of the pendulum swing of, like, taste, like, did it swing too far in the direction of, like, sad endings, and now Gen Z is like, no, it needs to come back to happy? Or is it because this is, like, one of the first generations largely to grow up, like, watching content on their phones, or like stuff that is deliberately made to be short, entertaining content, like, that's meant to just sort of, like, release endorphins and then you move on, right? And so is there sort of a correlation with the idea that, like, I'm sitting down, I'm giving my time to this thing. It's a piece of entertainment, and if it puts me in a bad mood, then it has failed. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if there's a sort of correlation between, like, the screen entertainment needs to leave me feeling happy. I don't know. It totally just a hypothetical. I don't know. And I'm not, like, saying this to, like, talk shit or whatever on Gen Z. It's just, like, you know, it is a possible trend that could be emerging because of that, you know? Like, millennials didn't grow up with, like, or any previous generation didn't grow. It's not like we didn't have technology or we didn't have the internet or whatever, but we didn't have, like, short form, like, constant feed of content made to, like, release endorphins or whatever, you know? Like, I mean, I think we had, like, Flappy Bird or whatever, but, like, or whatever that game was called. Hello, my wife. I am streaming. I wanted to let you know. No, it's okay. I just wanted to let you know in case you were gonna say anything juicy, untoward. Yeah, I heard you ice cream.
Ice cream.
What is the ice cream from?
Salt and Straw.
How did it become in our home? How did it go to you?
It was gifted to all of us by Michelle. It's very sweet.
Oh, shout out to Michelle. Oh, piece of cake?
Piece of cake.
Whoa.
And a bunch of other goodies.
Yay. Thank you. Maybe we can have the treats tomorrow for our togetherness anniversary.
I have ceviche and tacos.
Awesome. Or we can have them tonight at midnight.
Yeah, however you want to do.
Okay, cool. Thank you for the treats. How was work?
Crazy.
Yeah?
Sorry, I don't want to keep you from your stream.
No, that's okay. I don't care about these guys. We should talk about it after, though. Actually, like, around dinner? What do you want to do for dinner?
I was going to do...
Those bowls?
Yeah, bowls.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.
Since you're streaming, I'm going to go do my errands.
Oh, do you want me to go together?
Okay. No,
really?
It's fine. I can handle it. Unless you really want to go to the store.
I did offer, but I didn't see your response because I was streaming. Okay. I'll
wait for you.
Yeah? Okay, cool. We'll just wait a bit. Is it
No
cool
rush.
if I just like a half an hour?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, stream as long as you want to.
Well, I don't know. Like, if you have, like, energy right now to go, like, let's go do the thing, then we should do it. Okay. Oh. Shit. Emo texted. Oh. Let's see. One sec, sorry. Let's see. Well, anyway, I was talking about Gen Z's not liking sad movies. Anyway, it's an interesting, trend. I guess I understand it. But yeah, I just wonder, like, what the cause is for that or whatever, you know? Man, this drawing is bad. I'm gonna have to fix it when my computer doesn't suck. Okay. I think the timing on this is alright, even though it's playing back weird. Okay. Sorry for all my terrible mouth sounds. Okay, let me see. Alrighty. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. I'm watching your streams. Cute. Okay, right. We're going back to the Pokemon thing. Oh, if Sakura's part of one of the villain teams. That's pretty funny. I like that. Sak would have a Shedinja. It's a ghost bug with a spooky hole that dies in one hit. Oh, what? I'm gonna look that up. Okay, hold on. Button for Sock. I don't know doodle dop about Pokemon. Vileplume because he's stinky. Yeah, what was the one that Nemo said? Shedinja? I'm gonna look that up. Shedinja. Oh, she's cute. That's cute. Bug Ghost. Oh, I like her. Dude, speaking of cute, weird little guys, I saw a tiny fucking snake the other day. It was the size of an earthworm. It was... At first I thought it was an earthworm, and then I was like, wait, it hasn't rained lately, and also I don't think I've ever seen a fucking earthworm in California. Obviously we have earthworms, but I just don't see them very often. Because when it does rain, it floods, so I'm guessing they all get washed away. But anyway, I like swooped down and I like hit it with my phone flashlight and was like, oh, it's a tiny, tiny snake. And it's like silver and it had a lion on its back. And I looked it up later. They're called like blind snakes or something, like Western blind snakes or something. And I thought maybe it was a baby, but it was an adult. They only get like 6 inches long. And they have this cute, like their face, you know how some snakes have like a head that kind of like goes, like it juts out, like where their like jaw would be. This didn't. It just like had like, it just ended and had 2 eyes. Like it was just like a noodle with like 2 eyes. And it was so, and it was on the pavement too. And it was like slithering around, but it wasn't really getting anywhere. It was like, it was booking it, but it was not getting anywhere. And I was like, should I like push it over into the grass? And Katie was like, I think he's got it. Anyway, it was so fucking cute. I had to look it up later, just like, what the fuck was that? It was a tiny baby. Well, it wasn't a tiny baby. She was an adult girl boss. So, she's just out there doing her thing. Let's see. I'm actually collecting generalized Pokemon teams and cards. Oh, that's funny. Car pockets? Pockets for your car? Yep. Car does already have pockets on the door, but not the size or caliber that I want. Like, they have like a little, like, you know, the driver's side door, the front doors have like a little thing in them that's like kind of a pocket. And I will put stuff in there, but I want the rear doors to have pockets too, specifically for these little like window cover shade things that I use when I'm camping. And anyway, and I want them to be right there by the windows so I can just like shove them in this pocket like a stretchy like net pocket. Anyway, the problem was I wanted to make it out of this like leftover piece of blanket. I reupholstered my headliner in the car, like the ceiling of the car, with a blanket, and I had leftover blanket. And I was like, oh, we could make it match the fucking headliner, but the blanket is not inherently stretchy, so I had to like attach elastic to it and the whole thing. And I think I kind of measured wrong. Anyway, it's not that important. Car pockets. Car already has pockets, but car needs more pockets. The car doesn't have enough pockets. People don't think about that, but car pocket, we need car pockets. It's a sports utility vehicle, and the pockets are the ultimate utility. It's anyway. Pockets equals utility. Gotta take breaks to avoid burnout. I really want to have a clip studio. How to keep your motivation on your very long project. Car pockets. Houndstone on Sock's Pokemon team while I was musing about it, and he agreed with me that it's kind of like his old dog. Oh, I don't think I know Houndstone. I'm gonna need to check him out. She's ignoring it. What am I ignoring? Okay, sorry. Hey Erica, I mean absolutely no offense by this. Are you diagnosed with anything? Um, I'm not diagnosed with anything, but that doesn't mean I don't have anything. Oh, I'm like way behind. How? What fuck? When you get other things you want to do off your plate. Yep, too much spam. No. I love the streams. Okay, yeah, thank you guys. You lock in. We're sorry. I'm just kidding. I was joking. I'm not gonna like stop streaming because of you guys. I'm going out and have a good live stream. Thank you. Hope Erica doesn't decide to make a huge revelation while I'm away. I probably won't. Okay. This person says they weren't satisfied with some character arc stuff. I'm guessing for TADC. Interesting. That's what we have fanfic for. Yeah. As a Gen Z, I also do notice that. I do get sad about unconcluded endings, but I also do understand that conclusion. Cries an interior of Pernambuco because we didn't. Okay, sorry. I love unhappy endings. I don't know how it ended specifically. That was the issue. Okay. Backrooms was really good. We've been fed. I like bad and good endings. The finale just didn't give much satisfaction in my opinion. Interesting. I really love unhappy endings and endings that leave room for interpretation. IDK, I hear Gen Z loves obsession. That's funny. Nobody spoil it. I didn't really feel like the ending was satisfying. I think there's a lack of media literacy and a lot of people needing things fed to them, so ambiguous endings cause a lot of backlash, so I personally love them. Just because of the lack of questions answered. I don't personally think that Gen Z tends to favor mainly happy endings. That's just me. Yeah, I mean, I could totally be wrong. I'm just like, people are saying this. I don't know if it's true or not. People like obsession. Hi, Erica's wife review. Erica's wife. I don't want to be like people nowadays gripe, but yeah, I've seen a rise in people equating sad ending to bad ending, and I'm like, guys, media literacy. Hello, Erica's wife. So many K names. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, she's a Katie. She's a Kathleen Katie. Most Katies are Catherines, I think. Kathleen's is kind of a... Or Caitlin's. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry. Just catching up. Snake. Corn snake. Okay, Erica. Do you think... Okay. She went, I don't know what these are. I think these are Pokemon. There's too many words I don't know. Yeah. There is kind of an interesting thing going on with, like, media literacy, too. Like, and lack thereof. I don't know. I think people are very much capable of media literacy. I just think there's a lot of I don't know. I don't know why it is. I feel like people, I don't know. I genuinely wonder why. Like, I like watching a movie and having to, like, kind of think about what is, because, like, again, I think that's kind of what makes it, well, not all art, but I think when something uses, like, symbolism and things that represent other things, that kind of, you know, so you're not just, like, spelling everything out for people. I don't think there's anything wrong necessarily with, like some, in some instances you do need to make stuff clear, but it's kind of you know, I don't know. And yeah, sorry, I don't know, I have a lot of opinions about this. Like, I have a lot of opinions and I'm not sure where to start. But, like, yeah, I guess, in visual medias in particular, you've got this whole wealth of visual knowledge and symbols and stuff to draw from, right? Like okay, like, just on a very basic level, like, we understand, like, things that communicate mood, right? Usually, okay, like, if there's a scene where, like, it's raining or whatever, it's probably because, like, this person's really down, they're really sad, or maybe the rain is a rebirth. You know, maybe it's like there's these kind of very basic things that we understand, like, oh, this scene is very dark, that means, you know, whatever, there's a spotlight here that's, like, emphasizing this. There's this really cool shot. I think about this all the time in fucking Mulan, during the fucking I'll make a man out of you montage or whatever, when she like successfully climbs the fucking pole, there's this really cool, like, way that it's shot, like, where it's like it's as the sunrise is happening, right? And like the pole, like, it's as the sun is coming up, and as she's, like, going up the pole, she goes out of the darkness of it and into the light. And then when she's up there too, there's, like, it's like it's shot in such a, like, the lighting is, like, there's an artistic way that the light is rendered in that scene to communicate the emotion of what she's doing. And this isn't the same thing as media literacy, but it's like, I'm just using this as an example of something, like, that you, like, intuitively understand or feel, even though the movie isn't telling you, like, you know what I mean? It's just sort of, like, giving you this, it's presenting this, like, visual symbolism, and you probably don't even notice it when you're watching the movie. You're probably not even thinking about it, like, but you, like, feel it or whatever. And anyway, I don't know, I guess I just kind of feel similarly about media literacy. Like, sometimes the movie doesn't, like, spell something out, but it's like, if you, like, really, if you sit with it for a second, or you think about it, or you know, like, you can kind of, you can get what it's, like, going for. Like, we're capable of understanding, like, stuff that represents other stuff. Like, it's one of the things that sets us apart from the other animals. Like, and you know, Your brain is a muscle, and if you don't use it, it atrophies. Anyway, they don't teach. I think part of the problem also is they don't teach a lot of media literacy. Like, unless you go to film school or something, like, they don't really. Like, it's critical thinking. Like, it requires critical thinking. And I just don't think we're really taught a lot of critical thinking about art or media. You know what I mean? Like, that's sort of something we should be. Like, they should teach, like, media literacy. I just don't really feel like they do. I mean, it would also help people in terms of, like, understanding the news better and stuff like that. Like, there's all kinds of benefits to simply being media literate. But anyway, I've talked about this on stream before, but one time back on Tumblr, someone sent me a message and was like, "Hey, I'm doing like a report, like they had to do like a book report kind of thing or whatever on a piece of media that they really like, and I would like to do Welcome to Hell, and I was wondering if you could tell me what some of the themes are." And I was like, "Bro, I made the whole fucking film. Like, I'm honored that you want to do like Welcome to Hell as part of this. Was years and years ago, but it was just like, yeah, I'm honored that you want to do this as your report, but like, I'm not doing the homework for you. I made the movie. Like, your job is to, like, your assignment is to, like, analyze the thing and come up with what you think the themes are and the motifs and whatever. And like, if I have done my, like, clearly you're drawn to it for some sort of reason where you wanted to do this project on it, so then you need to explore that. Like, I'm not going to, like, write the paper for you. You know what I mean? Like, I made the film with, like, what my current artistic skill set is and the amount of time that I had to do it. Like, I'm not, if you can't extrapolate from that, then maybe pick a different thing to do your report on. And I said it in a nice way, but I don't know. I wonder if that was like an early kind of example of the media literacy thing in action. Okay, what am I gonna do about this weird? It's a weird pose. I'm not really sure how to get out of it. Okay. Maybe that. Go in and clean this later. Okay. Sorry. I was gonna say I'm locked in, but I'm not really. Just struggling. Just kind of get the gesture of what the hands should be doing. That's alright. That'll work. Alright. Save. Alright, what's going on in the chat? had enough spam for one day. What? Oh, it's a 67ing. I see. Don't forget to save. I did. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Okay. I don't know if I'm moving for more than just surfing. I think a lot of people are afraid to have a bad take. I think that's a good point. It's like when people get mad because the entire explanation of the story isn't explained in the first episode. I've been studying art. I've noticed a lot of points of art and animation post to post or words. I'm so hungry. I think people aren't encouraged to dig deep into the things they like, or don't like investigate why. There's a lot of pressure to agree with the majority take, especially within fandoms. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Make a presentation about Welcome to Hell. The Forbidden Numbers. My sister just arrived at my home. I will have to leave. Maybe I will come back later, but good stream. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that's interesting. Like not wanting to have the wrong take. I feel very like... So it's interesting because I feel like sometimes I'm very confident in my take on something, and no one else seems to have that take. And there's also all these different ways. Actually, Nemo and I, we were talking about this a little while ago in our Discord chat with Ari, I think, too. But like, there's like lots of different like lenses through which you can like read something too, right? Like there's a queer reading or a, whatever, a black reading or an autistic reading of a lot of things, right? Like, so I think a lot of it is like your experience informing your reading of it. Katie was watching a bunch of queer animation the other day, and she watched this one movie. It's like a Soviet. It's like his wife is a chicken or something. It's very. I can't think of the name of the director, but it's like a. It's definitely like the guy that like influenced all of Klasky Shupo, and I think worked for them too. Like they hired him, but anyway, I can't think of his name. But anyway, it's this like Eastern European like Soviet animation, and it's very strange, and there's like a lot of symbolism in it, and Katie had watched it because it came up in a list of like weird queer animation, and it's very, and so she was kind of trying to look at it from this queer angle. I watched a video about it the other day that did not mention the queer aspect at all, so it's like maybe it, it might not have even been intentional for there to be a queer reading of it, but like it nonetheless, you're capable of doing a queer reading on this film or whatever, and it was interesting because like Katie was describing it to me. I don't know if I've seen it. I might have seen it before. It might have been something that we watched in animation class, but like I don't recall it. But Katie was kind of telling me the beats of it, and I told her just from what she told me, like my interpretation of the ending, and she was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Like that's an interesting way of looking at it. I don't know if that's like what the film was going for, but like. I don't know. I feel like that happens a lot where I'll have watched something with someone and we'll be talking about it afterwards, and I'm like, oh, I thought this thing was about this, and they're like, maybe I hadn't considered that. Like, and yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting, like sort of the different ways that you can interpret things. I'm also very like I've talked about this before. I have a video essay that I want to write about the movie Cloverfield because I think I have like an interpretation of it that is like wildly different than anything I've ever heard anyone talk about from that movie. Not an interpretation is maybe the wrong word, because it's not like there's not like anything to not understand in Cloverfield. I think it's a different kind of movie than people think it is. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I just there's a lot of those where it's like we'll come out of especially me and my wife will like come out of a movie and just have like a totally different opinion on it, and then discussing it after. Like discussing it is really fun, right? Like if you came out of a thing with like two totally different takes and then you talk about it with each other, like that's sort of what, I don't know, that's what makes it interesting, right? Is discussing what you thought of something or like what it made you feel, or sometimes this will happen a lot where we'll come out of a movie and Katie will be like, I didn't like this because this part wasn't realistic or whatever. Like, I don't buy this. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with you, but I think that's intentional. Like, I think it's intentionally supposed to be hard to believe as like a thought exercise or whatever. And she's like, but it took me out of the movie, and it's like, okay, that's fair. That's a fair point. Like, there's, so I don't know. It's interesting. I like having conversations about movies and sort of realizing the different ways that people interpret things, or maybe you both understood it the same way, but there's an element of it that like works for some people and not for others. And I don't know, I find all of that very fun. Like if you can't have a discussion about, like, I don't know, like having an interesting take on a movie is like, it's also a very artist thing, right? Like it's very normal people just watch movies and they don't like talk about them afterward. They just go, it was good, or it was bad, or I didn't like it, or I liked it. Or like if there was something that they liked this aspect but not that, and they don't really discuss that, or I really liked the film but I don't think this scene worked. And it's like, I don't like people who aren't interested in media will kind of like you know what I mean, just watch a movie with your parents or whatever, and it's just like they don't have anything to say about it afterwards. I mean, some people's parents do, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people, like the general public, is just either like, I liked that or I didn't like that. And yeah, I guess there's like some pressure to like have like a take that, or for your take to not be wrong. Like no one wants to be wrong. That's totally fair. I totally understand that. But I think that's sort of like what makes it fun, is when you're discussing it. Like, I don't know. I never feel like when I'm talking to someone, like I have an interesting take on a movie and we're talking about it, I never feel like I'm wrong or they're wrong. But I do feel like I'm getting something out of like someone else's interpretation of a thing. And I hope people feel the same way when they're talking to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see. My takes are constantly open to change. Yeah, that's fair. People are obsessed with there only being one possible correct interpretation to any given piece of media. I mean, I guess the correct interpretation is the correct quote-unquote interpretation is whatever the director intended, but but also sometimes the director is wrong. Like, or sometimes the director didn't communicate something very well and it came off this way, or yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Let's see. When I was in school, I read a separate piece. I swore that the main characters were totally gay for each other, and the rest of my class was like, ew, no. That's really funny. my wife has read books, so I'll have to ask her if she thinks the characters in a separate piece are gay for each other. That's really funny. I feel like I've had that too when I've been reading like a in school, like a piece of classic literature or whatever. I'm like, is anyone it's a little gay, right? Like, oh, there's a part in The Great Gatsby that's really, there's some gayness going on in The Great Gatsby, but it kind of like fades to black when it happens, and I didn't notice that. But Katie pointed that out to me. She showed me the passage and was like, "This is gay. Like a gay thing happens here," and then he just like pretends like it didn't happen. And I'm like, what? Whoa. Anyway, like, so that's interesting. Not caring too much about what the author piece meant is a big pitfall. Yeah, that's a good point. Video essay is the next pocket car. Car pocket. Separate piece. Okay, the writer was gay, apparently. Okay, that's cool. Your own take on a piece of art is the point of experiencing art. It's a dialogue between you and the piece. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, agreed. Locked into cookie clicker. Discussing takes with others is so fun. It's a great way to bond and you get to know people. Yeah. We love deep dives in movies and books. Definitely more of a media-oriented guy than my dad. Yeah, I get that. Watch musicals and shows together. I always ask who his favorite character or his favorite song is, and he would just never have an opinion. It frustrated me because I would try and share and elaborate and engage in discussion, and he would be so uninterested, kind of like annoyed with me. That's interesting. Yeah, some people just like just want to like watch the thing and then that's it. It was really gay. Sorry, catching up. I also have this like bro, there are 254 pages of The Great Gatsby. It's a tough read. Or I mean it is for a lot of, I remember in high school when we had to read that, the teacher was kind of like, this one's hard. Like, anyway. I don't know. My hot take is I don't think Gatsby was all that great. I was also gonna say that there's a lot of times where like I feel like I'm also very like forgiving with movie. Like I give a lot of the benefit of the doubt. Like if Katie and I have come out of movies before where she was just like, I hated that was terrible, that sucked, and I was like, all right, but like just really divisive movies where I came out of it like, I agree with you. I don't think it was the strongest in all of these things, but it like took a really crazy swing, and I appreciate that it like took a wild swing. You know what I mean? Like I'll sometimes give something the benefit of the doubt if I think it was like trying to do something really weird or out there or unique or like bold, and it maybe didn't land. Like I'll try and sort of give it the best, like my best attempt at like trying to understand what it was going for, even if I think it failed. So a lot of times I'll come out of like a movie that everyone hated and I'm like, I don't know, I thought that was kind of great. Like anyway, that happens a lot. I don't know if anyone has seen Clerks 3, but I feel like it was not well liked. And I came out of it kind of like, but it kind of ruled, didn't it? I mean, I don't literally think it ruled, but it was like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just like sometimes I'll come out of something and be like, or like, I don't know, Beau is Afraid was another one that was very divisive. Like, people were very split on whether they liked that movie or not. It was insane. And, like, I was like, I don't know if I'd ever watch it again, but I have mad respect. Like, I don't know if it was successful in what it was trying to do, but, like, man, it tried to do it. Like, and that, for me, like, counts for something. That I think for a lot of people, they're just like, it didn't work. And I don't know, I didn't. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Media is fun. I enjoy it. That's my controversial opinion, my hot take. Age counts don't scare me. The mid Gatsby. That's good. Mid Gatsby. That's really funny. The mediocre Gatsby. The adequate Gatsby. Okay. Oh, prom theme was Great Gatsby. That interesting. I guess that makes sense for a prom. I figure Erica would be a devil's advocate. Yeah. I felt that way about the new Mario movie. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was fun. I didn't even give the new Mario movie a chance. Katie and I just didn't even. We were like, I don't care if I see it or not. But I'm glad you thought it was fun. I think, if nothing else, Illumination is very good at making a fun to watch thing. But we didn't even care. Maybe we should have, but it was just so like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't have like a lot of strong opinions on Mario, so I guess I really can't weigh in on that. My media hot take is that we should just like stuff and stop hating so much. That's fair. Even if a piece of media or a piece of art sucks, at least somebody tried to be an artist and not a weapons dealer or some shit. Or used AI. Yeah, fair. Oh, we just want to ship Bowser and Luigi. That's fair. I also want that. Thank you, person who was in elementary school and is now an adult with a job. I appreciate that. That's fair. It's fair to hate Stephen Moffat's writing. I think that's fine. It's an acceptable thing to hate. I don't have opinions on it, but I understand. I've been on Tumblr, so I know the pain that people have experienced. I've seen it from afar. Let's see. I think I'm actually gonna go pretty soon here because I think it's been about a half an hour. And also I'm kind of like done with this shot, at least until I can like kind of go in and clean it up, which is something that it's difficult to do on stream with the computer being a little laggy. But like generally speaking, has the like the video and stuff has been okay. No one's mentioning that I'm going at like 4 frames a second, so I guess updating my fucking video card or whatever, updating my drivers was the way to go. Okay, sweet. All right, I think next time I'm gonna work on like optimizing the program itself being kind of laggy. It's certainly not as bad as it was last time, but it's still like a little bit uncomfortable. Like I'm not totally enjoying the experience. So there might be a way to optimize that as well. But I'm glad we got the video sorted out because that at least makes the watching experience better for you guys. Last time it was so lagging that everyone was like, will you please just turn the video off? So, yeah. Cool. All right. We're dialing it in. I'm going to dial it in. Okay. Well, I think press space to start is yelling into the void about Homestuck. And I don't mean to cut a chat off when it's about to start talking about Homestuck. This is just totally incidental timing. I'm not trying to prevent anyone from, ham staking out in the chat, but I do think I'm gonna go, and maybe next time we can all talk about Homestuck. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the stream, and all that. I'm gonna try and do it again next week, and hopefully, wait, you don't need to see my interface. Yeah, hopefully I'll continue working out the bugs. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys. I will see you next time.